These 4 offers are all from the exact same Royal Caribbean casino promotion. Same promotion, same booking window, same cruise line. Yet somehow, one player gets a junior suite, another gets a balcony, and another gets an ocean view or interior. And another doesn't even get a cabin at all, they just get a discounted rate. Now, if that isn't strange enough, here's what really caught my attention. The room category isn't actually the biggest difference. The best offers don't just come with better cabins, they come with dramatically more sailing dates, more ships, more itineraries, and ultimately a lot more flexibility. So naturally, I started asking myself, why? What makes one player receive offer number 401 while another player gets offer number 408? Is it because they lost more money? Did they gamble longer? Did they just get lucky? Or is something else going on behind the scenes? Over the last several years, I've managed the casino reservations for my family, my parents, Tony's parents, and several other relatives that we cruise with. This means I've had access to dozens and dozens of real Club Royale offers across multiple players. I'm talking probably 12 to 15 people. And after comparing all of those side by side, I started noticing some very interesting patterns. Now, before we get started, I want to make something crystal clear. I don't work for Royal Caribbean. I don't know Club Royale's algorithm. No one outside of Royal Caribbean knows exactly how these offers are calculated. So this video isn't me claiming I've figured it all out, but instead it's me sharing what I've consistently observed after comparing years of offers across multiple family accounts. It all started with one question. I received this question a surprising number of times. How much do you actually gamble? At first I thought the answer would be pretty simple. I usually bring somewhere between $200 and $300 on the days that I decide I'm going to gamble. Most of my sessions last somewhere between 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes I lose that entire budget. Other times I walk away ahead. Sometimes I break even. That's gambling. But the more I thought about that question, the more I realized I actually don't think that's the right question. Because over the years, I've met people who gamble far more than I do and receive much worse offers. I've also met people who gamble less than I do and somehow have always received excellent offers. So clearly, it's not as simple as asking how much money do you spend. The better question is, how does Royal Caribbean decide who gets the best offers? And that's what sent me down this rabbit hole. Now let's start with the easy part. If you watched some of our other previous videos, you already know how instant certificates work. This part really isn't much of a mystery. As you gamble, you earn tier points, and generally speaking, every $5 of coin in on a regular slot machine earns 1 tier point. Video poker is different today, currently awarding 1 tier point for every $15 of coin in. Although that was more generous in the past. As your tier points increase, you unlock better and better instant certificates during the cruise. That's straightforward. The certificate you qualify is based primarily on how many tier points you've earned during that sailing. Simple, easy, everyone gets it. But once the cruise is over, something completely different starts happening. Several weeks later, Club Royale starts sending out promotional offers, and this is where things get interesting. I want you to look closely at these 4 offers. At first glance, they all look pretty similar. Same promotion, same marketing campaign, same booking period, but look at the codes. At first, I never paid much attention to those last 3 numbers. I figured they were just some random internal tracking codes. But after years of comparing offers across multiple family members, they're not random at all. 401, the best. Junior suite, most sailings, most flexibility. 402, very good. Balcony, many sailings. 405, ocean view, interior, fewer sailings. 408, 1 cruise fare with a discounted rate for the second person, the least flexibility. The lower the ending is in the number, the better the offer tends to become. But here's the part that surprised me. The cabin isn't actually the biggest difference. The biggest difference is choice. Look at how many sailings are available. The better the offer, the more cruises become available. More ships, more departure dates, more itineraries, more flexibility. That means someone with one of these stronger offers isn't simply choosing between a balcony and an interior cabin. They're choosing from a much larger menu of vacations. And personally, I think that's where the real value is. I actually think about these offers more like a ladder. At the top, you've got your strongest offers. The lower you move down, the fewer choices become available. Again, across multiple accounts, this is what I've consistently observed. And that's a really important point, because if your goal is simply to take one cruise, then maybe cabin type is the only thing you care about. But if you're trying to cruise regularly, having access to dozens of additional sailings can easily be worth far more than simply upgrading from an ocean view to a balcony. Naturally, the next question becomes, what makes somebody receive one of these better offers? Probably the biggest misconception people have about cruise casinos. People assume, well, if someone gets better offers, they must have lost a fortune. Honestly, I don't think that's true. In fact, I've seen examples that suggest the exact opposite. I've watched people lose thousands of dollars and receive offers that really weren't that impressive. So then what is it based on? After comparing years of offers, reading everything I can find, listening to other experienced cruise gamblers, and looking at my own results, I think one concept rises to the top, something called Average Daily Theoretical, or ADT. Imagine two different people. Both of them gamble exactly the same amount over the course of a cruise, the same total coin in, the same average bet, the same number of spins, the same total theoretical loss. From the casino's perspective, they've generated exactly the same amount of action. But here's the difference. The first player sits down for a little bit every single day, maybe 30 minutes here, 45 minutes there, a little bit after dinner, a few spins here walking through the casino. They're constantly starting and stopping. The second player does something completely different. They decide, today's my casino day. They sit down, they play intentionally, they stay focused, they put together one solid gambling session. The next day, they don't gamble at all. Those two players may have generated exactly the same amount of play, but because that play was spread across a different number of gaming days, their average daily theoretical could look very different. But is that exactly how Club Royale calculates offers? I honestly don't know, and I don't want to pretend like I do, but this is one of the strongest theories that's discussed by experienced cruise gamblers, and more importantly, it's a pattern that lines up with my own personal experience. I'll give you the best example I have. A while back, I was sailing on Freedom of the Seas. I found a video poker machine that I really liked playing. Now remember, this was before Casino Royale changed the tier point earning rate for video poker. Back then, the earning rate was much more generous. It was 1 point for every $10 coin in. Anyway, I sat there for probably 2.5 hours straight. I wasn't bouncing from machine to machine. I wasn't chasing jackpots. I wasn't wandering around the casino. I was just playing. I ended up earning well over 1,000 tier points during that session and only lost about $200. Now that's not going to happen every time. Video poker has a much higher return to player than most slot machines, which is one of the reasons that session lasted as long as it did. But here's why that cruise stands out in my memory. Before that sailing, I had never received a junior suite offer. After that sailing, I started receiving them consistently. Did that one session cause it? I can't prove that, maybe not, but it's the first major change I can point to in my own gambling experience. So let me answer the original question. How much do we actually gamble? For us, a typical gambling day usually looks something like this. We'll bring something between $200 and $300 per day. We'll usually play for somewhere around 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes we lose that money, and if it's gone, we're done. On other days, we'll get lucky. We'll hit a bonus, we'll build our bankroll, and we'll keep playing using casino money instead of our own. Every trip is different. But here's the part that I think really matters. We're intentional. We don't wander into the casino every few hours and throw $20 into random machines. We don't just play for 10 or 15 minutes, leave, come back, leave again, come back after dinner, play a little bit more before bed. Instead, if it's our gambling day, we sit down, we enjoy ourselves, we put together one solid session, and then we're done. This brings me to one of the most important misconceptions about cruise casinos. People assume the goal is to win. I don't think that's the goal at all. Now don't get me wrong, winning is fun. If I hit a jackpot, I'm thrilled. If I walk away ahead, that's great. But if that's the only reason you're gambling, you're probably going to be disappointed eventually. Because casinos weren't built so people could constantly beat them. They were built to make money for themselves. And that's true whether you're in Las Vegas, Atlantic City, or on a cruise ship. So if I already know that, why do I keep gambling? The answer for us is pretty simple. It's one of our hobbies already. Tony and I genuinely enjoy sitting down together in the casino. We enjoy trying different games, we enjoy the atmosphere, we enjoy spending time together. It's part of our vacation. We would probably be doing this anyway. So then I started to ask myself another question. If I'm already going to spend this entertainment money, where does it make the most sense to gamble? Think about this for a minute. Imagine I take a couple $100, I go to a casino in Las Vegas, maybe I win, maybe I lose. Either way, when I leave, that's usually the end of the story. I had a fun night. Maybe I got a free buffet. Maybe I got a discounted hotel room. Maybe I didn't get anything. But now compare that to gambling in a cruise casino. The exact same gambling session might actually help pay for a cruise to Alaska or to the Greek Isles or St. Thomas, St. Martin or Coco Cay, Norway, Italy, or Spain, or wherever that next offer takes you. That's a completely different value proposition. I still might lose that couple $100, but now there's a chance that that same entertainment budget leads to another vacation. That's why I keep saying I'm not gambling because I expect to make money. I'm gambling because I enjoy it, and the cruise offers are simply the bonus. I actually sat down before filming this video, and I added everything up. This year, we're scheduled to take 12 different cruises. If we had simply gone online and booked every one of those cabins at regular prices, the total cost would have been well over $100,000. $100,000. But because of these offers through the casino, we are only spending a little less than $7,000 on all of these trips. We still pay port fees and taxes, gratuities, flights, hotels, excursions, food before and after the cruise, transportation, and yes, sometimes gambling losses. So this isn't a free vacation, but what it is, it's a completely different way to travel. When I looked at everything together, it really surprised me. For roughly $7,000, we're taking vacations that would have cost well over $100,000 at retail pricing. That's less than 10%. And that's before considering all of the incredible places we've been able to visit. These are memories we will have forever. These are places we may have never visited otherwise. And that's why I don't think about Club Royale as simply a casino program anymore. I think of it as kind of our travel program. It happens to be built around a hobby that we already enjoy. So if there's one thing that we hope that you take away from this video, it's this. Don't gamble because you think it's a way to make money. It's not. Please don't gamble because you think it's some secret way to get free cruises, because it's not. And don't gamble more than you can comfortably afford to lose, because the offers are never worth putting yourself into financial trouble. But if you already enjoy casinos, if gambling is already part of your entertainment budget, then I genuinely think cruise casinos offer one of the most unique value propositions in travel. Play with a budget, play intentionally, enjoy the experience, have a goal, and when you're done, be done. It really has worked out for us. It might not be the perfect formula. It may not even be the exact formula that Club Royale uses. But after years of comparing offers, sailing with our family, it's the approach that has consistently produced the best results for us. We would love to hear from you. Have you noticed the same patterns with your Club Royale offers? Do you think that concentrated play matters? Have your offers changed over the years? Please leave a comment below, because honestly, every time one of you shares your experience, we all learn a little bit about how this fascinating program works. And if you found this video helpful, we would really appreciate it if you'd give us a like and subscribe. We have a lot more Royal Caribbean casino strategies, cruise tips, and real-world data coming your way. Until next time, we'll see you on board.